everyone, and welcome to Eat Your Heart Out. This is a cooking show where we will talk about cooking techniques, skills, healthy eating, and so much more. My name is Brianna, and I'm your host for the night. We have Chef Najai in the kitchen, wrist twisting like a stir fry. Chef Najai, go ahead, check him out. Chef Najai is the executive chef for American Heart Association. His experience includes ACF Certified Culinarian, National Restaurant Association Serve Safe Manager Certification, and Serve Safe Proctor Instructor Certification. He provides culinary education to the Piedmont Triad in North Carolina. For all of our viewers, we will have a live tweet segment where you can cook along with us or just ask questions. Make sure you use hashtag TEM, Eat Your Heart Out. All of it is one word. Let's go ahead and get started. Viewers, don't forget about our live tweet segment. We're going to go ahead and go to commercial.
Chef Najai Dickerson is a mobile chef and the executive chef of the American Heart Association. He provides culinary education to the Piedmont Triad with his skills, knowledge, and hands-on cooking experience. Najai's respect for ingredients and his passion for people stems from his youth by watching his mother prepare meals with modest ingredients and always finding enough to share with the community. Najai is devoted to his belief that healthier families equal longer lives.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Eat Your Heart Out. Here I have Chef Najai standing here with me. Chef Najai, what are you cooking up for us?
Oh, tonight we have something delicious here. This is a jicama and black bean, kind of a salsa. You can eat this cold or hot. Tonight we're going to fill it in a tortilla, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is this dish called?
So I love Mexican food. I love eating tortillas, but sometimes you don't want to eat the same food over and over. So I was raised on pretty much red beans and rice as a kid. So I found out a way to still incorporate that, even with the jicama. Jicama is it's a starchy kind of root vegetable. It's really good too. It doesn't really taste much like anything until you add maybe some lime, which we added some lime here. Some concentrated. I made sure I add the concentrate because it really packs that flavor we're looking for.
Okay. So since we're doing a healthy dish, how do you keep that flavor? Because typically people think the flavor is in the meat. How do we keep the flavor with meatless dishes? So
it's all about marinating.
Okay.
If you marinate dishes properly, if you think about citrus and salt and use them wisely, okay? So if I'm going to add salt to some beans or something, I'm going to make sure I soak it in some lime juice as well or some lemon juice. If I'm going to add the jicama, I'm going to make sure I marinate that for a little bit also. I think it's just about, you have to replace the flavor because the meat's not going to be there.
Right.
So you got to think a couple steps ahead. That's all.
What is your favorite dish to prepare?
I think anything with kale. What I have here is kale. We have kale today with sauteing. So I love sauteed kale. Just in my family, we love eating collard greens.
Same.
But sometimes you don't want to wait. Grandma like, it's an hour. How long for the collard greens? She's like, it's an hour. An hour? I'm ready to eat. So I find out a way to just kind of use some greens like kale. Swiss chard is a good one too. Kind of saute those down, add some garlic and things like that too.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about your cooking ground. How did you get into cooking and becoming a chef? Tell us about that.
Well, I started, I was an 80s baby.
Okay.
So, in the 80s we had this latchkey kid kind of syndrome going on. And then over time, you were the first one home.
Right.
And, I had a younger brother and a cousin. So I started cooking for them. And after a while, I guess I started really enjoying it. And, become a man, you got to figure out, I'm going to feed my family.
Right.
So I decided to take this culinary thing serious. Yeah, pretty much. Now, one thing I like to do here is I'll add kidney beans to this dish, too. And that's something also I cooked as a kid a lot. Soaking my beans and things like that. My mother always showed me, shortcut ways of doing things. So I could always make sure we have a nutritious meal. I also love adding herbs. So this right here, we have mint. And we also have some sage in here. So it's a little lighter on the mint side, a little heavier on the sage side.
Okay.
Okay, so I think we might be breaking some Latin rules here, but just having a tortilla mixed with these type of ingredients, it gives people a little different flavor, but it's still pretty good.
Okay. So you said that you began to cook as a small child. Is that when you decided that you wanted to become a chef, or did that happen in your adulthood?
So I think, I had a couple of chefs in my family. My cousin Richard, he was a big influence on me as a kid.
Okay.
And I always looked up to him. And he was the first chef that I ever known. So when I got older, I kind of followed him a little bit, and it was like, and me and my brother, we both shared the love for food. My brother Ike, and we used to cook together and do different things. And I wanted to take it to another level because I didn't see many African American chefs, coming up.
Right.
So I said, you know what? I'm gonna make sure when I do it, I'm gonna do it good. I'm gonna be really good at it, and I'm gonna make sure I give back to my community. So when I do stuff like this, that's what it's all about.
Okay. So do you want to go ahead and start plating the food?
Yeah. So this is something I'll do. So the fresh mint is important, and the fresh basil is important. And then if you want to help me with that, you can help me put this together, right?
Okay. So
all
show me what to do.
So we have this, and we just mix this together here. I have all that already sauteed. I'll do the first one for you. Okay. Just kind of want to fill that up just like that. I have the slider spoon so we can leave some of that juice behind. You don't want to take all that. I'll eat that later on. Okay. Add that to it. Yeah. And that's what we're working with, something like that.
Okay.
Can you do that 2 times for me?
Yes.
Let's switch places here. I'll let you.
All right, so we have our tortilla on the plate.
Yep.
And you said scoop it, but leave the juice behind.
Just some of it.
All right, let's see. See, I come from a cooking family as well, and since a young girl, my mom was like, it's time to get in that kitchen. I'm not going to be the only one cooking. You got to cook too. So
absolutely.
Good thing about it is I actually enjoy cooking. I actually enjoy baking a lot more, but I enjoy cooking as well. Should I add more, or is that good enough?
Oh, that looks great.
Okay, great.
That looks great.
All right, so we're on to the third one.
Okay. So, and I also have a balsamic glaze. You can buy this at the store, whatever. It adds a little bit of a citrusy, kind of acidic taste to it. You know I had the lime in there, so that lime and the salt from the soy sauce is really good together. I use the low sodium one, of course, to make it healthier. So you'll finish it with this glaze like this, right on top. Not too much, it goes a long way. All right?
So are you a vegan or vegetarian, or is this just a dish that you decided to prepare?
Well, so I like vegetarian or vegan food. It's really delicious for me. And what I try to make sure is that I stay out of those kind of defined walls,
Right.
I try to make, if I want to eat a steak one day, I probably will, but I really enjoy plant-based foods. I think it's really flavorful. I think if you're wanting to cook at home, that's the fastest way to learn how to cook. Because if you can cook a vegetable correctly, the meat is nothing. Everybody can cook a piece of chicken, throw a piece of chicken in the oven. But if you can take a bean, a legume or something like that, or a green, if you think about this dish right here, it's full of flavor, and you have everything you need. You have your whole grain, you have your green vegetable, you have your protein from your legume, you have your other vegetable from your jicama.
Right.
It's everything you need. So if you learn how to base things like that, I think that's the way to go. So if you're going to start cooking, I think going with the plant-based foods is the way to go. And you don't have to worry about spending a whole lot of money.
Right.
Because it's a lot cheaper than that.
So since you are a chef, what is your day-to-day base like? Like, what is your average day? What does that look like?
Oh, my average day. Okay, so I try to create a lifestyle where I'm dealing with food, but I got into culinary because of people. Like, I really enjoy working with people and learning from individuals. So I make sure that I spend a lot of time working with people, either on menu planning, food safety training, things like that. So I guess in the perfect world, like my 9 a.m., no, I would get up at 10. I would be to work at 10. But I try to get away from that early morning. So maybe like 10 o'clock, I kind of get started with, I'm at AHA, and I do my thing through there, do a little bit of shopping here and there. I might go by the farmer's market, pick up some produce, speak to a few clients, because everybody loves these classes that we do with the Hampton Family Mobile Kitchen. They love them. And it's probably set up that way. And then I'll probably end up around this time doing the classes somewhere in the triad. That's kind of how my day normally goes.
So for those in the our viewers that are watching, if they want to get in contact with you, what's the best way? So
you want to go to Triad AHA. I think that's exactly how Triad AHA is. We're on Facebook and everything, so you can catch us on there. Instagram, you have Chef Najai on Instagram. I'm trying to work out some more things where we can really promote what we're doing outside of social media, but that's coming up soon. You can go to TEM, catch us on TEM with these classes, these cooking shows, things like that. So, yeah.
All right, guys, it's time to go to break. Make sure you come back right after the break.
Hi, my name is Scott Johnson. I'm the Director of Booking and Event Services for Greensboro Coliseum. Greensboro Coliseum has a great working relationship with Technical Event Management. We've worked with them for more than 10 years on a variety of different concerts, conventions, and other activities. TEM is one of the few vendors we trust for full-service turnkey operation, including sound, lights, video, backline, and other consultation services. TEM has always fulfilled our expectations in terms of quality of equipment and quality of services provided. Our staff gets along great with their staff, and they've always presented a great level of professionalism and service to our organization. We need a full-service production company. We recommend Sam Hamlin and the team from Technical Event Management.
Chef Najai Dickerson is a mobile chef and the executive chef of the American Heart Association. He provides culinary education to the Piedmont Triad with his skills, knowledge, and hands-on cooking experience. Najai's respect for ingredients and his passion for people stems from his youth by watching his mother prepare meals with modest ingredients and always finding enough to share with the community. Najai is devoted to his belief that healthier families equal longer lives.
Welcome back to Eat Your Heart Out. We're here with Naisha and Sam. All right, you guys can go ahead and start digging in. Let us know how the food tastes.
Okay. Been smelling it all day. So.
You don't need those forks. Go ahead. You just kind of go in.
Go in and get it.
Go in, grab that. It's some good street food, yeah. You can go right in there, grab that. You can probably cut that in half, though, if you wanted to go that way, but yeah. There you go.
I started eating with my fingers long
That's
time
how I do. A long time ago, that's the first way we eat, all right? That's how you get that good food in. All right?
That's good.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. That jicama really should come out. Also have a little bit of cumin in there, too, so. Look. Good.
It's good?
Thank
So
you.
once y'all finish chewing, I want to know what the flavor is like, because you over here moaning and groaning.
No grease.
No grease.
No grease.
And we use avocado oil back there, so that should have helped out a lot.
It's very fresh. Like, you can get the crunch from the jicama, and I'm not a fan of beans, but I definitely would eat this. And I don't really like beans like that, but okay. Sometimes I'll eat.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, okay. So we're going to go ahead and check out our live segment, our live tweets. What kind of beans you use? Like, you use what?
Oh,
Red beans?
red beans and black beans. Yeah.
Oh, man, it just,
Yeah.
you can tell it's good because people don't talk when they eat.
Yeah, that's right. That jicama and black beans,
What's that, like, tangy taste I'm tasting?
that tangy taste, that should be lime.
Oh.
That should be lime. That lime and that soy sauce mixed together really.
All right,
Really
so
changes
I'm
things
looking.
up.
I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
And the greens?
That's the kale. Instead of an hour, it took 5 minutes. So.
All right, so we are on the TEM, Eat Your Heart Out hashtag. And we have a comment that says, can you add meat to the dish? And if so, how?
Yeah, so this was going to be a chicken dish. But I said, you know what? Let's take it vegan today. And you can definitely add some chicken, some roasted chicken. I say, you know, you can go to these different stores and they have the rotisserie chicken. They have that already made. And you can fold it in if you don't have the time for the beans. You can fold that right in there to do its thing.
Okay.
Or add it over rice.
We also have a comment that says, that looks delicious. It does. It smells great. For those of you who are watching at home, the food smells incredible. Really good.
It is great.
And our last comment says, food looks good.
Good.
We also have another comment that says, where can we find this recipe?
I have to write it out. I just kind of made this one up.
Oh, so this is a freestyle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of made this one up. I had to modify. You know, one thing in the industry we make sure we do. You have to be able to modify things. You never know. I don't know, client, I don't know, they cancel or something, or you have 2 people, you're supposed to have 5, and this, you know, so you always want to change things up, and that's actually most of the time your meals that you do like that are very, very good. And you try to figure out, man, how did I make that dish that time? But I'm gonna write this one down so I have it.
Why don't you do that and send it?
I can do that. That's not a problem at all.
And we can post it.
Yeah, I'll make sure I add some. I do like a cilantro lime rice. I can add that too, just in case you don't want to go to the wrap. You know, do like a bowl or something instead.
Yeah, that would be good as well. So
What's the crunchy?
That's the jicama. So jicama is it reminds you of, it's like an apple. It kind of tastes like an apple. It's kind of a root vegetable, kind of starchy tasting.
Where do you find it?
I got that from the Mexican or the Latino store, Compare Foods, right across the street right here, actually. Yeah, it's really good. I mean, you can take them and make slaw out of them. I try to mix it up a little bit because, you know, we always have cabbage, so mix it up with the jicama, do something different. And you can also pair it with apples or pears if you really enjoy them, you know. But I figure, you know, when we eat the lettuce, most of the time we get iceberg lettuce. But, you know, if we throw some kale in there, a little more nutrition, you know. Not that we have anything against iceberg lettuce, but if I had to choose kale or iceberg lettuce, I'm going to go with the kale.
right.
Yeah.
I know I act like I'm hungry.
Yeah, I'm glad you enjoy it.
But it's great. You hadn't said anything.
No, it's just different. When you're not used to eating like vegetables, well, vegan meals or vegetarian meals, and you always used to eat meat. This is something that's different because when we think about vegetarian, we think, oh, it's gonna be bland, it's not gonna be flavorful. We gotta eat salad all the time. But with this, it's like something new and something that you can even get your kids to eat. So. Yeah,
it took me, I mean, I was back there when I made this. This took maybe 15 minutes.
Right.
You know, you can always do more about adding and marinating items, but it needs to be fast, especially when you're hungry. You don't have an hour to wait to make a meal, you know? You want to get 15, 20 minutes. That's it.
So what are some other vegan meals that our vegan audience can make?
So I'm big on, like I mentioned, bowls. Changing the legume, or maybe using chickpeas or something like that is a good option. But you want to make sure you have a complete meal when you're eating. If you are vegetarian or vegan, sometimes we don't get enough. You don't get enough protein, or you don't get enough in your diet. You start looking, kind of frail looking.
Right.
And nobody wants to be a vegetarian because I don't want to look like I'm sick. But sometimes they don't get enough. They don't eat enough. So when you eat, you want to make sure it's a lot of nutrition in your food.
A hearty meal.
Yeah. Because Oreos are vegan, right? But what should we eat more of? So I'm a vegan, I'm eating Oreo. But, you need to actually eat a lot of plants, and you'll start feeling so much more full at your meal. This is a small item. I mean, we didn't have any cheese. I could have easily added cheese to it. Add another source of protein. But, sometimes, we don't always need cheese. I mean, when's the last time you had a tortilla or anything in a wrap without cheese?
Right.
Or without tomato. I don't have anything, no tomato, no cheese.
Sour cream?
No sour cream. So you just want to think about every time you eat, you want to sit down and think about a balanced meal and a nice glass of water.
No soda.
Nice glass of water.
Okay.
Say the water for Friday nights or something. I mean, say the cherry wine or Pepsi for a Friday night. You want to sit back and relax and get a little, that's fine. But majority of your meal, you should try to have water. And you're going to probably finish your meal because you don't have those extra calories from the soda. Because, you're talking, what, 400 calories in a small cup of soda. It's not going to be much, so. Yeah.
It's filling too. It really is. It's good.
Also, another good option when you're eating vegan or vegetarian, they have so many different companies now. What is it? We thinking Tofurkey was one of them. That was like the first thing I've ever had.
Beyond beef.
Beyond beef was I had a burger, which was delicious. So when you find, and they have those things you can just take and you make like little scrambles with them too. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to try. Go out here and try some vegan stuff, and you'll still be a tried and true American. Just go for it. It's fine.
But what if you're like a college student that doesn't have access to a kitchen, and you only have access to maybe a microwave and maybe a hot plate? Like, what are some healthy foods that you can make with that limited amount of resources?
Well, first thing, get you a knife. Get you a knife. It doesn't have to be a big chef knife. Get you a knife and a cutting board. That's the first step. Once you get your knife and cutting board, then you can eat vegetables because everything doesn't have to be cooked. I mean, we eat raw vegetables and fruits all the time. So it's easy for us to just grab an apple, some jicama, and make a slaw with that. They have so many products that you can get. It's already halfway done for you. And even have, and I don't recommend it, but I mean, if you're on a budget and you trying to move fast, they even have the rice or quinoa where you pop it in the mic for what is it, 90 seconds. Yeah, sure, it's in the microwave, but it's something you prepare. You took a knife and you cut the herbs up yourself, and you added some things to it. Right. You can even do a vegan ramen noodle if you wanted to. If you like the ramen noodle, I say throw the pack. Put the pack somewhere for now. I won't say throw it away. Put the pack to the side and use some salt, pepper, garlic, some fresh herbs, and then you could probably throw some of that the Beyond Beef or something like that in there really quick. It won't take long at all. And a lot of it's already pre-cooked, so so you're gonna find it in the vegetarian or in the vegetable aisle, and you don't have to worry about like if meat's raw or anything like that. You just pop it in the microwave and it's done.
Right. All right, so I'm going to take a look back at our hashtag TEM Eat Your Heart Out. All right, we have some more comments. I have kids and they are not big fans of veggies. How can I get them to eat more veggies?
Put sugar in them. No. That's what you used to do back in the day. Put that sugar in them green beans. I remember that as a kid. So it's all about zesty. Kids tend to like roasted items. So you got to find the vegetable that your child likes and roast it. Let me see, like my youngest daughter, she loved broccoli as a kid, but she would eat it no other way than roast them. My oldest, she loves carrots. Well, she used to like carrots, and I had to roast them too. So when you find different ways to incorporate those, just leave them with 2 vegetables. Don't try to give them all these colors too soon.
Right. And
then let them gradually gravitate toward it. Because if they're anything like my children, when you tell them to do something, they want to do what?
The opposite.
The opposite.
Yeah.
So just try that out. It normally works out. And avocados are awesome. Get avocados in there.
All right, we have another comment. Could I add cauliflower to the dish?
Yeah. Cauliflower is great. They have cauliflower rice now. It's a big thing. And I see a lot of people sauteing with it, and they add them in their dishes. I think cauliflower is great if you roast it. You can add spice and curry, things like that to it. Anytime you're making something new for a kid, put a sauce on it. Find out for instance, my children, they love going and getting little sauces. They have this sauce from, I think it's Chick-fil-A sauce or something they love. They would take that, but I found out how to make my version of it. Because it's cheaper and I got a little culinary prowess. Why not use it, right?
Right.
So I decided to make it in my version. That way I have it at home. If they want vegetables or something, I can just glaze it on top, toss it in there, barbecue sauce, things like that. You just have to find out and then have them help you make it. Nothing like the kids love getting in the kitchen and making it. They don't want to wash dishes, but they love getting there kind of messing around with you a little bit.
Right. Oh, we have another comment. What is a good wine to pair with the dish?
A good wine? So there was a time where if you had whitefish or something or chicken, you had to have white, and then if you had beef, you had to have red. But that is no more. Okay, now you can have whatever you want. Me personally, I don't really drink wine, but you want something that's something that's local, something that's somewhat fruity. People like the fruity ones most of the time. And once you find out, you want to be able to cook with it as well. So drink a little bit, then cook with it a little bit. Deglaze your pan or something like that, and it goes a long way.
Okay. Any more comments?
I'm a member of the Clean Plate Club.
You did a really good job cleaning that plate. Look at that.
All right, that is
great.
all the time we have for today. I want to thank our taste testers, and I
Thank you.
also want to thank Chef Najai.
Oh, you're welcome.
My name is Brianna. Thank you for watching Eat Your Heart Out. This is a TEM joint. Goodbye.